Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is my 1 year stream um, as a Star Citizen content creator. I created my first video 1 year ago today on Microtech. And if you go to my channel, you can go all the way down to where it says the title is I've waited three Star Citizen. I've waited 3 years, and that's exactly true. Um, I first started looking at the game 3 years ago, and I'm heading to New Babbage. I started there today and set up, so here we go. Okay, if anybody has any questions, comments, please leave them in the chat and in the comment section, and I will gladly answer. So, 1 year ago, I was on Microtech and new to the game. Um, Started off setting up my character and started the first video. And I remember my sound wasn't working correctly, my voice was very low, um, and also um, my graphics at the time weren't set correctly, so everything was so janky. And it was an interesting experience. And I never thought that I'd go a full year of doing content creation for this game. And it has been a rewarding experience. And for all the people that have joined and subscribed to my channel, I appreciate you. And it just has been a lot of fun. So here we go. I am on Microtech, starting off in the hab. And last year, about this time, I got my first referral bonus, the MPUV. It was the best in show. And I got the paint. And I have to say that I used the morphologist code for referral, and that's how I got my MPV. So I'm wearing the jacket, the Argo jacket, with the Crusader because that's my favorite ship manufacturer. Alrighty, let's go to Wally's Bar. I'm gonna go chill out there, just have a good time, and enjoy my first year. This is so different from when I first started. The like I said, the graphics were all janky and everything, and somebody told me that I had to max out my graphics to get a much better experience, and they were absolutely right. And I thank you for that. And I thank all the people that gave me advice after they watched the first video. And hope hello,
Hello.
hey, what's up?
Here to join you.
Appreciate it, Joe. I'm thinking, I'm remembering what I encountered when I first did my very first video uh, on Microtech, and I didn't set my graphics up right,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so janky, and I didn't know it, and the voice wasn't working right because I had the microphone too low,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun. I mean, everybody said, "Hey, have a good time in the verse." You know, it's your first vid and everything like that, and everybody was so nice. They told me what problems I was having and all like that, and it was like, oh, okay. So now I'm running OBS, thanks to you. Got it all working right.
Yep.
Still learning
Mm-hmm.
some stuff on it, and some of my video creations, I've gotten to the point where I'm cutting junk out and putting in decent content. At least I hope so.
I think you are.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You've definitely gotten better. Um, no, it's great that um, I don't know. Like I'm glad that I met you and King Payne and the newest guy there, Zook.
Yeah.
Um, People that are into the same thing and go in there and like I think Zook is a good addition. I think he helps bring the podcast up. But my main point is um, the community like helps each other. That's the cool thing about the Star Citizen community.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Um, I was flying a 300i back then. After I first got, whoops, jumped off on the wrong one. I was flying a 300i through the city and just enjoying it and just flying and having a good old time. And then I took it back and landed it. It was only 20 minutes long. And I was talking and I didn't know that my microphone was too low and all these little things that from the first one. So, yeah, it was interesting. And within the last year, I have um, learned so much, and you taught me a lot of things, and I appreciate it. And it can only go higher now. That's what I'm looking at. Getting much better with things, and you taught me how to put music into things and make them better, and I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, it doesn't seem like a whole year already, you know? It has gone so fast.
It's yes and no for me. I don't know. In some ways, it seems like it was just yesterday when I started playing, and then and meeting you guys, and somehow at the same time, I feel like we've all been here for 10 years or more.
No kidding.
It's such
Seriously.
a, I think what we go through with CIG and the game itself, it's in that aspect it slows time. So even just going in the game once with somebody, it feels so much like you're in there for hours, minimum,
Mm-hmm.
an hour or two, minimum. So that's a lot. That's a long time to spend with another person in a
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
in general, no matter what game it is. And that's what, and especially when you do this almost every day or multiple times a week for more than a couple hours, then
Mm-hmm.
I think that aspect it makes it feel like it's so much longer than it really is. And then, but when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, it has only been like a year or however long you've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start thinking about it, then it's kind of short. It kind of shortens the way you think of it. So yeah, it's interesting.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world at this point because there's so much that I've learned and gained from, you know, just being able to do this stuff and looking at what the game has become since I started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I walked in on 315. Uh, medical gameplay just started. Inventory just came, and what else came in 315? Well, that was Deadly Consequences. That was the name of it. The
Hold on,
theme.
I have to mute.
Okay.
There's a phone call, but I'll be right back.
Okay. And let's see if this will tick off where I can get a beer. Maybe not. Maybe. Maybe. See if this one will give me a beer. Maybe. Got more than enough bartenders.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. Let's see if I can get the bartenders to tick off. Hello. Welcome.
Uh,
Hey, Fire. How you doing, man?
all right. Just survived another 30K.
Oh, okay.
Uh, I was going to, there was like 10 people stranded on the server that I was on.
Yeah.
So I was on my way with the cat to go get one of that 30K to the middle of freaking Quantum.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well,
Hell,
yeah, I'm gonna have to find another ride.
right.
Yeah.
Hello, NDJ Music. He says, when I began to play, we had Port Olisar, and that's it. No inventory, no trade, no nothing. Since two, since 2015, a lot have changed, and it's not disappointing at all. Oh, we had cassava and weapon shop in PO. That's it. Wow. Yeah. I appreciate you stopping in for the stream, man. Thank you. I'm just trying to get a beer so I can celebrate a little bit. So Fire, where are you at, man?
And I'm trying to log in.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting. I was at, where's 30K at? Someplace around Bajini. That's
Oh,
where I
you're
was.
over at Area 18. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere around that area. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna steal somebody's drink. That's what I'm gonna end up doing.
No
Hope
beer
I
for
don't.
you.
No booze for me.
Do not fly and drive at the same time.
No, no flying today. No flying today.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, what'd you think of the elusive quant rock?
I watched most of it. I was working at the same time, so
Yeah.
so I was trying to do both.
Right.
So, but it was a good video. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I took part.
Yeah. I think it did. I'm gonna steal somebody's drink. Yeah, you can steal their drink, a free drink. There it is. And I'm gonna go pick it up.
There you go. Come on, Max. Oh, fine. Stay out in the
Oh,
rain.
he grabbed it before I could get it. Yeah, you can steal somebody. You can walk up and steal somebody's drink. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much, just popping in.
Talking what?
Just popping in.
Ah, popping in. Well, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna see if I can steal this guy's drink. Come on, let me steal it. There it
Shane,
is.
I appreciate you leading the podcasts. They
I got it.
I get I think about the other videos that I'm doing, so it's like my brain is never ready to lead them.
My brain are liking.
You know what, Mike? I definitely appreciate you doing that. The last ones that you've done, you've kept us on track, and it's been really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
s-
just the only thing I ask of you guys is to please let me know what's going on. Just, post it. So, like, for example, the guest I didn't really know was till today. Just make sure I know.
Yeah, that was my bad. I should have.
Shit happens. I'm good. I'm not upset about it or anything like that. I'm just saying, just make sure I know, because
Mm-hmm.
if for example, and this is just a lesson, by no bad, this is just a lessons learned thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I know that someone like him's coming aboard to hang out,
Yeah.
I can better tailor the topics.
True. True.
I don't know why, but I thought he talked to you.
That's all good. No worries. You're eating, aren't you?
I am, yes.
That's why he's being quiet. Oh man. So, yes, I did steal his drink, and I'm drinking it, and I'm gonna see if I can grab another one too.
I think 4 people for the podcast. I think that's a really good amount of
Yeah.
people to keep it going. Because when there's like when you get around like 2 people, because that's how we started. It was just, actually we started with like almost like like 5, 6 people. That was our first episode, and then
Yeah.
we went to like 2 people, where it was just me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was me and King. And even with 3 people, sometimes it could get to a little point where maybe we don't know what to say for a specific thing, and we got to bounce back and forth to someone else who wants to talk. But
Mm-hmm.
with 4 people, it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it went very well. It was a good conversation. We had some good topics come up, and I was more than pleased, man. It was good.
I like how there's a dichotomy of an older player, like 2 older players. Excuse me. 2 older players are a little bit jaded. An older player that's very optimistic, and then a newer player that is leaning on both sides of that fence. And I think that that is an excellent, kind of an amazing, oh, how do I say, balance to the opinions given.
Okay.
And it's not vitriolic, and I love that. Like, we can have a conversation.
And
It
that
is
was
so fun. Go ahead.
that was Zook's biggest thing. He wanted to, like, he said that's the reason when me, Shadow, and him first talked for the first time. He said that's the reason why he liked the podcast was because it was mature and it was fun, and people could disagree, and it's still fun and still upbeat rather than negative. You know, because you could have a difference of opinion and not be negative about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he said he liked the fact that we actually talk, you know, through things. And yeah, I honestly, like, I didn't expect him to say that, but I was like, oh, I think that's exactly what we want, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's why I think I'm really happy we found him, because
Well, he found us.
yeah, he found us.
Oh, so
because
he just found the audio, the stream, and or the
he was
podcast.
watching, and then he messaged me and said, "Hey, I would love to be a guest." Because on one of the episodes, I think I said that we're taking guests if anybody wanted to
Yeah.
come on, and he was like, "Yeah, I would love to take guests." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Yeah.
So, because we could have gotten somebody who just like super negative about stuff, but yeah, the fact that his view aligns with ours pretty well, I think it's good. Those are the people you want to keep on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Getting really drunk here. It's 37%. Holy crap.
I would. It felt so, or like, it's gonna sound weird, but I know a lot of people will say this, but it did feel really organic with him.
Mm-hmm.
So much so that I think that I could honestly see. I want to see more episodes with him on a regular basis, and probably I could and this okay. It's gonna sound weird, and I'm sorry, but I think that he could eventually be a permanent fixture on that show.
I
I was
agree.
thinking the same thing. I told him right off the bat after we initially talked to him, I was like, I already like him.
Yeah.
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 He got really deep about it
Mm-hmm.
when we first talked and was open, you know, about himself. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right off the bat, after we finished talking, I talked to Joe and I said, "This is good.
I kind of
This
hope
is
he
good."
would pop into our servers every once in a while. But he's got his own thing going on too, though. So.
Yeah. Where's my cell phone?
I'm trying to see if I can steal another drink since nobody wants to give me any, so, or come up to me and.
You need to show your titties, man. Get free drinks.
So what are you trying to say?
Show him them titties.
At Porto, anything goes.
You guys are wrong, man.
Pow, picka, pow, pow.
About chicken wow wow.
Oh man.
Oh, you're like, ew.
Oh man. Fire when I first did my first video, right? I was on Microtech, didn't have anything set up right because I just did it. Graphics were all janky and screwed, and I was bouncing around. Then I got in the 300i and did a flight, and and then
Yeah.
I got 3,500 K views on that very first video.
That's good.
Well,
Excellent.
yeah, but it was horrible. Up,
Yeah.
here we go. Somebody getting fresh with the lady here, or maybe a guy. I don't know. Up, it's a guy.
It's 29.52. It's legal.
Yeah, well, you should see where his head is.
Possible android. Who knows?
Possible.
Alright, I finally made it in. That's amazing after like 20 minutes. Okay.
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 Oh,
Oh, come on.
watch
I
the
know
elevator
there's
not
a way
working.
to. Come on.
Where do,
Tick off so I can.
what ship do I want to take over there? Can I get a?
You need a party invite?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
No
I'll take one
problem.
too.
Alrighty.
What ship should I use to fly over there, guys?
You know what?
Reclaimer.
You got your MS. You still got your MSR, or did you melt it?
I had to melt that, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Reclaimer is new daily driver everywhere, especially Orson.
Don't you ever speak that into my ear ever again.
Are you on Orison? Is that where you are?
No, I'm a microtech.
Okay, so
But you
I was
know-
like, I'm not bringing the Caterpillar into Orison.
I'll fly my Hall A there.
Full cargo.
Well,
Stuck the railing.
he is getting his drink. Who's getting a drink? I want to see.
That was good. There was only one little moment I had to edit out.
Which moment? When I left?
All of them.
Seriously?
Yeah, probably. I think that was the one moment.
Oh, come on, guys. Do I have to hop the bar and get my own drink? Seriously? Wow. I may have to, huh?
You can't shoot the bar because you're in an Artemis zone.
Yeah. Fire. You're talking about fire lighting up the bar. You're on fire.
Not myself.
Oh.
Ew, the dog is all wet. Shake or something so you stop being wet.
Well, you know what, Fire?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to. I went to the INS Jericho today.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool. I never.
I told you.
Well, I never got out of the ship and really went to it and took a look at it, and
Yeah.
that was slick.
Yeah.
I got footage of it. I'm gonna edit it and put a little music to it and some narration. And I want to get inside there because Nomad was able to get in. I want to see if we can clip inside.
Supposed to be able to go in. There's also supposed to be some sort of mission there that pops up every once in a while or something. From what I was reading, but from what I was reading, you're supposed to be able to go in there freely when there's no mission. Because there's people walking around, there's like guards walking around and stuff like that, you know.
Interesting.
Maybe we could get a bunch of people to go there at some point and just, you know, explore.
Yeah,
It could
Gonna
be
have
something cool.
yeah. We're gonna have to try that because that was pretty slick.
So I think that's the only place like that in the verse right now, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can hop the bar. And I did it. And if they come saying something, then...
That's it, you're done.
Oh, that's it, you're done. Somebody said something. Well, if you guys would give me a drink, then we wouldn't have this problem now, would we? I think we're gonna have to...
No.
I think we're gonna have to make a complaint to CR about his bartenders.
Lack of booze.
Boy, they're rude.
Mm.
Jar Jar Binks that shit. How rude.
Right? Okay. Let's try this again. See if we can get something this time.
Ends up accidentally killing myself yesterday.
How?
I was flying around the Pisces and I forgot I didn't have a flight suit on and I got out
Oh!
at the middle of the space station and I died 11 seconds later.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't have anything on, I just had clothes on, but I was
Well,
like, oh crap.
I've seen you in your prospector in civvies on Lyria doing mining. You're dangerous, dude.
Yeah. Mining is high stakes with me.
Yeah, you do some high stakes stuff. I'm gonna say that.
This thing, oh my gosh, freaking elevator.
That was so funny.
Oh yeah. Yep. Thought that rock would have air conditioning, but it didn't have air conditioning. But I was on fire. Bro, something wrong with this game. Oh no, I'm on fire.
Right? That was hilarious.
If I had caught it 30 seconds earlier, I would have been dead.
That's true.
Well, incapacitated.
That's
I
true.
couldn't get inside the C2 fast enough to cool off and not die.
Right?
Yep. Yep. I'm on fire. Mining and the prospector just freaks out and I go flying off somewhere. It doesn't care.
Oh, that was so funny. All of a sudden, Fire's doing we're doing rock mining, and all of a sudden, it said "pow," and next thing I know, his ship is like, what?
Yep.
200 meters away from where
Yeah.
we were and stuff.
15. I think it was like 1,500 meters or something like that. Just
Jesus.
spiraling out of control.
Right?
Yep. For no reason.
And then we go back, we find the ships, and then we 30K and said, okay, we're calling it a night. Boy, these bartenders are really sad tonight. What's going on with you guys?
I finally picked up my binary order today because I forgot to pick it up yesterday.
Yeah, I got one that's in there. I gotta try and get that one after I get off of here.
Wasn't bad. I made 130K out of the little bit of quant that I had.
Oh, that wasn't too bad.
No, wasn't too bad. I didn't make much off the quartz that I had, but I wasn't expecting to make much off of that anyways.
True.
There's Virginie. There it is.
Yeah.
Virginie has my stuff.
Yeah, I caught some footage of Jericho today. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I want to go back there. I didn't go inside the last time, but I want to do that. Go inside, check it out.
I'm gonna crawl into the bar and see if they say something.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
He caught me. He said, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
Careful, you're gonna get a crime stat.
If you get a crime stat for stealing a drink, that would be like outrageous, man.
Somebody just put up $100,000 for medical assistance.
I see that. Let's see there. Can't. It won't let you get anything. Interesting. Oh, they got plenty of water down here. Plenty of smolts. Just can't get any. Sup-
Oh, no.
sup-
They don't serve YouTubers.
they don't serve YouTubers. That's just cruel, dude. That's just cruel. Ah, there it is. Jean-Luc Champagne.
Oh no.
That's the Easter egg. Jean-Luc Picard.
Hey, did you know that yesterday Kirstie Alley died?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know if anybody else did. And then Mills Lane died.
Who?
The legendary boxing ref, Mills Lane.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, 85 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, Kirstie Alley, man. That's Lieutenant Savick.
Yeah. Yep.
Thanks.
And they said it was very sudden that she got it, and she succumbed to it very quickly.
I didn't realize she was 71.
Yep.
Yeah?
That's what happened to my dad. He was diagnosed with stage 4 liver cancer, and 6 weeks later, that was it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, unfortunately there's some cancers that you can't
Yeah.
prepare for.
Yeah. He was completely. Nobody knew. He didn't even know, and he was having some pain. He thought it was. He had kidney problems, and he had some pain. He was having pain, and then he decided to go into the hospital, and they were like, "Yeah, you got more than kidney pain. You got stage 4 cancer." Like, great.
Wow.
Yep. And that was it.
That's scary,
6 weeks
man.
later. 6 weeks later. Yeah. Spend as much time as you can with your loved ones, because you never know when they're gonna pass away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just lost my uncle yesterday too.
Mm-hmm.
He had bad diabetes, and yeah, he just passed too. So I've been losing family members left and right lately.
Wow.
So
Passage of time, unfortunately.
yes, yes it is.
All right, I am done editing, and I'm going to upload it here in a minute.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I'm picking my nose. What are you gonna do about that?
Well, I don't know.
Listen, you have fun, man. I'm not gonna stop you from having a good time, man.
Right?
This dude is really dying. This WP gaming.
Oh shit.
What do you shit about?
Wow, I got
First
33 service beacons out here.
Oh, yeah. They pop up.
Wow. They're high threats, low threats.
The
$88,000.
the one thing that is really kind of messed up about those is if you're all the way on the other side of the system and you pick it up, it's 52 million mile or kilometers to it, and by the time you get there, the guy's dead. You know, so you gotta pick and choose where they're at.
That's crazy. It's two double jump today.
It'll be an hour and 30 minutes of it exporting from my software.
That's not bad though. Are you doing the 4K?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Very large.
Crazy.
Most people do like
That's
1080.
but
It's literally.
For podcasts, it's overkill, for sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think 4K is some like 5.6 to 6.4 billion pixels.
Hmm.
I think 1080p is like a couple 100,000. It's like not much of a like it's still good for like TVs. But then when you talk about 4K and being 5.6 million, you're like, what?
Well, you know what, dude? Think about the 4K upload for CitizenCon. That was 5 hours.
I don't want to.
It took them that last segment. It took them like fucking 3 days to put it up.
Yeah.
Because
And they were like, Jared came out and was like, he essentially said it really sucked putting that on YouTube because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Just the upload. Yeah,
Easily.
but I mean, I don't mind doing it 4K. My
Yeah.
computer's not doing anything else for that. And then I want it to look good. You know, I want the overall presentation of it to be the best you could put out there.
Sure.
And,
And I appreciate it. I just can't get a drink around here. I may have to leave this place. Maybe I should go to Orson. Maybe I'll have better luck.
oh, my nose.
I can't wait. I mean, what do you guys think about them raising Orson?
They're now, from my understanding, they're not actually raising Orison. They're actually lowering the escape velocity to 90.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I fucking hate flying out of Orison.
Nobody goes to Orson because you can't fly out of Orson.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
well.
That's
I would
true.
hate to fly a reclaimer through Orison.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be terrible. I don't like taking my caterpillar to Orson. It takes forever.
Well, Joe, doesn't Dark always fly his reclaimer out of Orson?
Oh my god.
He does. The one time that he was on, he had his reclaimer and he went through the atmosphere of Orson, of Crusader. I was like, oh my god. It took him like 20 minutes.
he's been the last 2 or 3 times that he's come in, which is very rare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but he always chooses the hard way of doing everything.
Yeah, well, I look cool doing it. I bet's his attitude.
Yeah. uh,
Him, E-Man, and fucking Victor, and who else? Q. Those guys need to come back.
well, Victor said he was gonna come back, and
And then wait, the thing is, he says that so many times.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. And it's gotten to a point now. I don't think he is coming back
I need a
until
drink. Hey.
until the bugs start going away, until there's actual gameplay
yeah.
that is enjoyable for him, which is not going to be for a long time. And
Stole that guy's pint. Yeah, sorry, Joe.
no, that's fine. But yeah, Dark, E-Man, Victor, and Q are all the people that were there from the beginning in my word.
Yeah.
So Q, he's on deployment.
Mm.
Oh, that's fair. It's not his fault. Well, yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah.
And then Dark, he got injured on the job, and then he had another kid.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
So what you're saying is he was bored, staying home.
He shouldn't have been. He was out there in the verse with us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Then E-Man, he just doubled down on work. That's all that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
One day it'll.
I miss E-Man and Dark. Those two.
See, Shadow, it's you're gonna go through this cycle at some point where you're gonna be around long enough to where you're gonna be hanging out with people for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and then for whatever reason they have to leave,
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's gonna really suck.
Yeah.
Because at least in my org, there was a 2 or 3 times where we had a lot of people online every single day, and we would crew the ships and have a lot of fun, and we became really good friends. And then everybody just disappears.
Yeah.
So it's like holy shit, you know. But
Well-
yeah, hopefully you won't have to go through that. But
Well,
I
that's
feel like
what's
every org kind of does.
what's kind of happening now because everybody's wore out of 317.
Yeah, Magic M. She was super motivated for a while, and she just got way too burnt out.
Yeah.
I was afraid of that. I told her, I was like, I hope you don't get burnt out because you're on here all the time. And she had high expectations for events to go the way she planned them.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell her, I was like, hey, some events nobody's gonna show up. It's just gonna be a bad day.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't mean nobody wants to do it necessarily, but even if they don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, don't worry about it, And I've kind of stopped the events for right now because everybody's waiting for 318,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna push it or press it, So, Mike, is that you?
Oh, go ahead.
I actually have somebody sitting here in front of me. I don't know who this is.
it's probably a bot.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of funny.
Flying in on my holy.
I mean, if you look at the stream right now, the guy just came and sat down in front of me. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's they got bots that randomly sit down.
Yeah, that's happened to me plenty of times.
That's cool. Because I was in third person and I didn't see a name, so I jumped into first person real quick just to check it.
You know, when I was looking back at the old videos of Star Citizen back when it was really like linear
Mm-hmm.
in a simpler game,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked and felt like a single player game,
Mm-hmm.
but it was essentially, it looked like it presented itself like it was fleshed out. Like there was no issues. And
Yeah.
there were NPCs everywhere, and they were all actually doing stuff
Mm-hmm.
correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's like playing any other game where it seems busy, it seems lived in, it seems like it's an actual tangible world with NPCs that actually run around and do stuff.
Yeah.
And seeing that video, and I was like, oh man, I really hope we actually get back to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope the NPCs feel like that again.
Yeah.
I hope they take that simple experience of a single player game and I hope they're able to put that in the PU.
Mm-hmm.
I really want the NPCs to like roam around and make it look like it's an actual place that could be lived in and believable. Because right now it's not believable. The NPCs take you out of the experience 100%.
The cult.
Yeah, the cults and the standing on chairs and tables and then clipping through the floors and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's terrible.
over here in Babbage, there's a T-posing person at the ship rental place. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like, I'll see if I can send you the video, Shadow. But it was like the player cutscene happens, you land on the planet
Mm-hmm.
or the moon, and then you go through the contamination, and then the NPC's actually talking to you through like the intercom. He's like, "All right, everything checks out. You can go ahead."
Oh,
And
yeah.
Like, oh, check out. Let me see your passport or whatever. Like, I want that,
Seriously?
you know, and then people walking around with like NPCs walking around with boxes, putting them down. You know,
Mhm.
doing things, and it's smooth, and it's like, wow. I
Wow.
can't believe like I don't know. Sometimes you look at the old stuff and you're like, wow, like it's are we ever gonna get there?
Yeah.
Is that ever gonna be back?
Is that going to come back? Yeah.
I think it was the very first demo that they put out.
Is that the one where they're walking around Hurston?
I'm actually trying to find it now, so give me 1 second.
I remember there's one. They showed off Hurston where you had to go buy an airbag and put over your head. Or no, you had to go buy. You had to go to the Hurston shop and buy a suit.
Hmm. A mission?
I don't know if it was a mission.
Is it 2.0 press demo? No, it wasn't. Citizen Con 2014. I think it was this. Yeah,
You find it?
I think I did. Yeah, it's where he lands on Area 18.
Hmm.
Yeah, it feels like a freelancer game, essentially. It's exactly like what a freelancer game would be.
Did they show that at CitizenCon?
CitizenCon 2014. I'm gonna share it in the chat here. There, it's in there. The general chat room.
Okay.
Chat box. Or is that? Did I put it in the right one? No, I didn't. I put it in the podcast room.
Oops.
That's weird. That so if you had if you were, you can be in a different chat room if you're in a. So if you're in the voice chat,
What's
it
the
won't
hold up?
automatically put up the chat for that one. What the
Mm-hmm.
fuck? Anyways, whatever. It's up there.
Cool. I'll check it out.
Like, it looks outdated, but it's still like, if they came out with that demo right now, free to play, I would be on it 100%, and I would enjoy it. And it doesn't, it's outdated, but it doesn't look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks pretty good.
Like, I would totally play that. If that was the single player game, I would play that.
Mm-hmm.
I do hated how the walking was super wobbly.
Mm-hmm. It was too much.
Other than that,
Too much.
I'm watching it now, and the NPCs, there's a lot of them standing around, but there's others that, like, it still looks believable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, when you go into Dumper's Depot and you actually see the mission giver there for the first time. This is when he looked different.
Isn't there supposed to be a mission giver on Microtech at the bar eventually?
Probably eventually. That's another
They
thing.
took out a
What's the
bartender.
hold
They
up?
took out one of the mission givers. I forgot who it was. I think it
So-
was. His name is Eddie Parr, I think.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be the big representation between, you know, NPC movement and stuff, and yeah, the whole NPC rework, and that never came out. But I think that's around the time when I figured out they couldn't do it reliably with the stuff that they had, and they had to go for PES and better servers and stuff.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, you know, I'm just glad they've gotten rid of the legacy code.
Yeah, that's a good first step.
Mm-hmm.
But this is still the first step to all of this tech that they got to put in.
Right.
Overall, a thing about it since I started and now, like, the amount of core tech that has been put into the game like the how to describe this? The rate at which that is coming in has accelerated so much, and it's only getting faster. And especially with them hiring, like, and it's because they've hired in the bodies to be able to do it. For one, for two, I need to go to the commons. Yeah, I need to go to the commons.
Yeah.
Sorry. What was it saying?
Um,
And
the
two,
acceleration.
Yeah.
Well, also too, it's just like you and I were talking in the podcast that when they bring somebody on, they got to get them up to speed,
Mm-hmm.
and that takes a little bit, and they'll give them a project to
Mhm.
work on, and it's just like the coffee vendor. Everybody was tripping about the coffee vendor. And Jared actually said, okay, this was a project that was given to somebody that was brand new, and that's what the coffee vendor was for.
Yeah, and then because everybody should, I remember that. So, no, what I was gonna say is like in October they hired like some 600 people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not a small amount of people, and especially that's probably going to get divided amongst the PU and Squadron 42.
Agreed.
So
they got enough people for Squadron. I feel like.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
but
everybody should just go to. But no, I think the whole their whole thought process is whichever one. I mean, if you're working on the PU, you're also working on Squadron 42 because they go hand in hand. You got to work on both systems. I feel like to a certain degree, depending on what your task is.
I would say 90%. I think there's gonna be like 10% that Squadron 42 is going to touch on that's not going to hit the PU. But I'd say 90% of the Squadron 42 will hit PU.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, minus all those random ships that don't mean anything. You remember I don't know, Joe, if you've seen it, the in-house reel?
Yeah, the leaked one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
Are you talking about the ships that was shown off in there?
Yeah, like, we're not going to get those in the PU.
Oh no. They
I'm saying-
look like story specific.
Yeah.
Like there were some that looked like it was like modified by pirates or something.
Mm-hmm,
It looked kind of janky. But I think
Yeah.
we're gonna get that functionality. I think we're gonna be able to. I don't know. Maybe to some capacity, something similar.
To
in the PU.
customize, you're saying?
I don't know about customize. It's
Hey.
you have to see the images of those ships. They're heavily modified.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they look
the Aurora.
almost completely different.
Dude, that
Oh.
Aurora was so weird.
The ones that we saw the concept art for?
No,
No,
it
no,
was
no.
in the leaked in-house video that came out right before CitizenCon that everybody was buzzing about.
Yeah, that one.
So it was like they took for one of them. I feel like I'm not giving it away because you're not looking at it. It's like an Aurora, right? It's like they took the body of an Aurora, but the outside is like completely different, and they put shit on there. They put shit on there that should have never been on there, kind of thing. Like
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah.
a bunch of. It's like what you would do with your car when you have like no money, but you have like a junkyard or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically like they made a heavy fighter version of the Aurora. Jankly.
Yeah, I remember seeing it.
I
It
don't
was-
know if it's still up on YouTube or not.
No, but I mean, I remember seeing it before CitizenCon. Yeah,
But I'll be honest.
that thing was packed. You know.
Yeah, I'll be honest about it though. That shit like that grants, like, because I remember feeling pretty. I'm not sure what the word is, but jaded by Squadron 42. And then I saw that, and I realized, no, that's quite a bit done. Like, that is really far along with everything they showed off.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to sit here and complain as much as we do, because we don't hear anything, and you know, um, we just don't know anything about Squadron 42. And like, yeah, I think they are a lot more done than we think they are, and um, yeah, we just have too much time on our hands to sit here and think, and most of the time our thoughts lean towards the negative of like, well,
Yeah.
where's this, where's that, why aren't they doing this, when there's probably good reasons. And then you see stuff
What's the
like the
hold
Squadron 42 stuff, and you're like, holy shit, that's actually, like, that looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was, I didn't, yeah, like you said, we didn't think that they were that done. And, yeah, and then Chris Roberts' brother, he comes out in China, the China Bar Citizen, and he's like, yeah, Squadron 42, 2 years out.
It's always 42 years out, right? But I know he
Yeah.
said that, but it's like, bro.
But I can kind of believe it almost.
Yeah.
With what we saw and kind of what's been hinted at. You know, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, well, I think this is the first time we can actually say that as long as the underlying systems come out and server meshing that goes okay,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, it should be like 2 years. I feel like
I think
that's
it's gonna be fine.
understandable.
I think, in all honesty, I think that those leaks like that give I think the overall arching thing I was trying to say was those leaks give credence to how far they've come and why people can stay around.
Yeah, I think the big reason why people want updates, are so hungry for updates on Squadron 42, is because it's literally the only gauge we have to figuring out how close we are to actually getting anything tangible.
Mm-hmm.
And but the fact they want to be so tight-lipped about it, it sucks. I think they could share things and say things about it, be a little transparent about it without ruining the story.
Mhm.
They already ruined. I mean, they've already told us like a bunch of locations that are in the game.
Yeah.
And a bunch of different things about it. It's like we know probably 70% of the game, as far as like where it's going to take place, who's going to take place in these stories, and like we actually know how some of these chapters are going to like go, and like the plot of some of these chapters. So I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot to ruin, really.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, there's certain stuff that I don't even pay attention to when it comes to Squadron 42 because I don't want it ruined. You know what I'm saying? For myself. Maybe I'm weird like that or something, you know, but I just don't want to ruin the experience by all the, you know, stuff that comes out in the leaks and stuff like that.
What's the hold up?
And maybe I just want to hear about progress on getting, you know, how much closer it is and stuff like that.
But I think why they don't say that kind of stuff is because they've said that stuff in the past and it just doesn't go right.
Yeah, like answer the call. Yeah. This is actually interesting. She's actually drumming her fingers on the table, her hands. Pretty cool.
on. Ooh, 16 minutes left. Okay, so it did not take as long as the estimated time.
Hmm.
Good. It went down significantly.
That's cool. You gonna let it bake overnight so we get the HD and then premiere it?
The 4K. Yeah, I won't have it premiere until the 4K is done.
Yeah.
Because if I let it go right away, it puts it out there in like you know, like fucking 780p, and it just like you can't even see what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like hell. Yeah.
And the people watching the premiere, if anybody does, then they're just not gonna watch it. Period. Ooh, there's a new short story that came out on the RSI website.
Yeah.
Ooh, I might cover that. I might do that as an audiobook.
Excuse me. I'm gonna say, Joe, I enjoyed that because I was at work
Yeah.
when you when you premiered the audiobook, and I was listening to it while I was working, and I enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you, man. I had a lot of fun making it, and no one's doing those. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a cool thing for me to put out there that's different from like Astro Historian or something like that. I want to keep doing them. I don't think they're ever gonna do well, but I like doing them. So I'm gonna keep doing them.
So how many views did you get on it?
Like 100,
Oh, that ain't bad.
104. It's the worst performing video I've put out there though. That's yeah. But I think if I do enough of them, I'll get an audience for it
Mm-hmm.
over time. I'm gonna do a mixture of those and like the leaked videos and
Maybe I go to Bar Citizen this year or this next year.
do it, man. Just I would say be careful. Where do you live?
Indiana.
Yeah, that might be iffy. I don't know. So, like, did I ever tell you my experiences? I went to two of them.
No.
One was great, and the other one was trash. The one that was great, that was in LA, and that was because Chris Roberts actually came out there. He actually flew from the UK to be there. And then, like, he was only there for a couple hours, and then he flew back to the UK.
Wasn't
Like,
that
how
the
rich he is.
wasn't
I'll
that
be back. I gotta go.
wasn't
right
that the
now.
recent one that you went
That
to?
was the first. That was one of the first Bar Citizens that started for this year.
Yeah.
That was back. Yeah, that was the first one I went to. The second one I went to one here in San Diego that was happening during Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But here's the thing though about some of them that aren't being held by CIG. It's held by the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the person running it, which could be anybody by the way, it's possible they don't do a good job. Like this person, he had, I don't know why he thought it was gonna be a good idea, but because Comic-Con was going on, he thought it was a good idea to have it right in the middle of at a place that's being held right in the middle. It's like a restaurant right in the middle of Comic-Con alley, where everybody is walking through. Where that restaurant, you are not getting a spot inside that restaurant. You're not eating there.
Yeah.
There's too many people.
Yeah.
And so I showed up, and I was like, "Hey, I'm here for the Bar Citizen thing, whatever." And the hostess was like, "Oh, it's over there in that corner, but it's a booth for like 4 people." And
What?
so all they did was they reserved one table for 4
Huh.
people, and like I kind of looked back there, and they looked super awkward, and there was so many people in there that I have to fight to get through.
Yeah.
And like I went in there, I was just like, "Fuck it, I'm already here. I'll go say hi at least." And then I'll
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah.
I went up there and it was super awkward. I was like, hey, you know, because I even joined the invite on Facebook. There was like a Facebook group for it.
Yeah.
And like I even RSVP'd and stuff. And so they should have had like a seat for me essentially.
Yeah.
And because they said they would. And I get there and they're like, oh, sorry, we don't have any more seats, man. And then it was kind of like super awkward. I was like, all right, well, you guys have a good day, I guess.
Yeah.
And everybody was just kind of like, they weren't even talking about Star City. It was kind of like just like normal, like it was just like a bunch of friends hanging out,
Yeah.
talking about work.
Yeah.
Thing. And I was like, okay, that sucked. Like that was a bad decision on their part for doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so watch out for that. I would say if you could find like the Facebook group for it, which I'm sure some of them do have it, try to get as much details as you can before, like where exactly it's at, and see if that's a place that's big enough for it. Because the one out in LA, they actually had the entire an entire brewery to themselves.
Mm.
And so that one was really fun. I got to meet a lot of other people there, and I got to talk to CIG and stuff like that. But there were people that worked at CIG that was like you've never heard of before, that didn't really do anything interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still really fun.
Well, that's where you got the code for the cube.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't even know what the fuck it is.
It's just a cube. It doesn't do anything. It looks cool and it lights up.
It's probably a new guy's thing. Like one of the new guys had to program something and like, yeah, just make a cube. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm,
hey, it's a cube. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I like it a little bit more, I think, than most people because my org is Banu and I like the Banu stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I can actually have a Banu thing
Right.
that's like a traditional thing that's passed down. Within lore, it's a pretty cool thing to have.
Yeah.
So I like it for that. But for anybody else out there that doesn't care about that, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna step away for a sec. I'll be right back.
I can go to the one in Texas. I'm looking at the official ones.
They were selling those codes. Let me look on eBay because people were selling those codes for like $800.
Why? I don't do anything.
Because it's rare. You can't get them anymore. I don't think you might be able to. I think the bar citizens coming up. You might be able to find it at Indiana if any of the CIG people are there.
I doubt it. Indiana's not that lucky. I know probably Chicago probably the next one, but
Oh no.
I don't feel
Banu
comfortable.
Cube. Banu Cube on eBay. $479.
Wow.
$525. Woo! There you go. Oh. Banu Merchant for... How much is the Banu Merchant now? Isn't it like $650?
Yeah, I think so.
They're selling them for $450 and $500 on eBay. That's lower than the asking price.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust eBay. Maybe Starhanger.
A CCU from a mold to a Banu Merchantman, $269.
Standalone 650, yeah, or bond 600. Jesus, just think the original,
Prices.
the standalone original was 250.
Oh, I know. I managed to get one. I think the first one I bought was $350, and that one's the one that I'm holding for Shadow because I have it in my buybacks. I ended up trading that one in for another one for LTI, I think.
Colorado, Jake Acapella is attending on January 13th.
Where's that one?
Colorado.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Rio Barces. I don't like. It's not enough detail for this shit. Come on. It makes me angry. I'm sorry.
Star Hangar.
There's one in Atlanta, Georgia. There's one in Northeast Ohio. Mike's place. Okay.
Ooh, Banu Cube on the Star Hangar. $175 to $500. And then shipment. Delete.
Very, very quiet.
The one in Austin, Texas is a place called Woody's Tavern.
Yeah.
And it's an outside menu. Texas, so it's going to be like, hot.
Banu Merchantman on Star Hangar. I think the cheapest one I'm looking at $4.95. So eBay is cheaper.
$4.95.
But it goes up to 800 as well
Yeah.
for some others. I don't know why. See, look,
Well-
they all have LTI.
Do they?
The ones that are like 10-month or 10 10-year insurance and 6-month insurance,
Mm-hmm.
they're still the same price as the LTI ones. I don't know why. I would think that would have affected the price. Guess not.
Are there any Saber Ravens still out there?
Oh, let me look. The price they wanted, the last time I looked on Star Hangar, it was $2,000 for Saber Raven.
That's if the code is still good.
Well,
Oh, yeah, the Centurions this month's trip.
Yeah.
oh wow. So I typed in the Saber Raven. The only one that came up is Star Citizen Wing Commander account.
Wing Commander.
I don't know what kind of fucking accent that was.
I can tell you what kind of accent that was. That was a southern accent.
A whole fucking Wing Commander account, $12,000. So, I think the Saber this came up because I think the Saber Raven's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the only one that came up. Oh no, he just has a Saber for the regular Saber. So he has an Idris, Hammerhead Saber, Hornet, Carrick, Terrapin, Pisces, Freelancer, Star Runner, Polaris.
Or Star Runner
Ursa-
Polaris.
That two separate ships. It was a wrong one. Ursa, Mantis, MPV, Merlin, Ballista, 325A, Arrow, Kraken, Valkyrie, Liberator, Apollo, Vulcan, Nova, Gladius, Razor, Eclipse, Gladiator, Retaliator, Vanguard, Nautilus, Crucible, Star Razor. Oh, he does have a Saber Raven in there. So all in one. Origin 600. And he's got a Pioneer. Okay. 890
wow.
jump.
Oh, wow.
Limited
890.
backpacks. Wow.
Wow. Ooh.
That's a pretty extensive fleet.
That would take forever to figure out if it's actually worth 12,000 or not.
Well, I know the Saber Raven's going for like a couple. Like I've
Yeah.
seen the highest. Yeah. I was gonna say like the highest I've seen is 1,800.
So
Still,
it's
that's
not-
like.
It's not a, the Saber Raven. I think a month ago was on. There was two of them on Star Hangar for 2,000. They're both the same. And then I'm
Yeah,
looking at
fuck
eBay
that.
right now. It's not on there anymore. So somebody either took it off or bought it. Let's see. Oh yeah, $1,300.
For the Raven?
Oh, It's got a Black Friday sale, guys.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow, you're getting a good deal at $1,300.
I can't wait for that ship to go sell in game. Like Star Citizen 1.0 Saber Raven for sale.
This guy's actually giving the code
get a
with
drink. Let me
the
get a drink.
SSD that it originally came with. So
Let me
he's
get a
giving
drink.
that out
Oh,
with
hey.
it. But that's fit. He wants $1,500. Fuck that.
it's a hell of a lot.
Let me-
Oh,
let's see
fire! I
if
see
we
ya.
can- 100% positive feedback. Oh. Oh wow. There's people that have bought oh. So the feedback on this one guy, he sold 3 Ravens in the past, and I gave him good reviews, and they say the code works. Interesting. And this was in the past 6 months. It says people bought it for $1,200.
Mm-hmm.
Past 6 months, and then actually worked. So that's good. That means it worked.
Mm.
I mean, it's expensive, but sure. This guy bought a shit ton of those SSDs just to get these codes.
Yeah. Trust me, honey. Borrowing this $10,000 is a great idea. Doesn't believe him, gets divorced, and when he needs to pay for his divorce, he sells them.
I should message him and be like, "Can I use store credit?" Dude, I got UEC for days.
I wish I knew who gave Connor that fucking 200 million credits. Out of fucking nowhere. 200 million credits. Here you go.
Are you serious?
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
You just play the. Some people play the roulette. They just fucking find somebody in the server and they're just like, boom. That's it.
Yeah. Which I think, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna knock him. I mean, he paid for it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I just think that it's good for players to get a lot of money to try stuff out with.
Yeah.
Karushida.
Ah, 3 minutes left. Oh, baby.
It's not a bad upload time
That was a lot better than I thought.
for an hour and 40 minutes.
2 hours? Yep. An hour, 57 minutes. And I cut off probably about 5 minutes.
You cut off 5 minutes.
In total, like I started recording early.
Hmm.
So I cut off a little bit at I trimmed off some of the fat in the top, near the end, and then at the end.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun looking back at these videos one day when, you know, we actually have a game,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and just we're gonna kind of reminisce a little bit. We're gonna look back when we had no idea you know, what was going to happen with the game. You know, we weren't even haven't even seen any of this stuff in the future yet.
But then too, it's still pretty interesting to look at some of the stuff that we've just, you know, looking back on some of the stuff that we've done together in some of the videos and stuff like that, man, it's like we really did that shit. you know?
Yeah. I remember when I really wanted to steal the Idris and like I was like really gung ho about it and try to make a video about it.
Yeah.
I was so gung ho about that because I knew that there's going to be a day where we're not going to be able to do that anymore. And so I wanted to make the video on it to be able to go and look back on it and be like, look what we had to do to fly that thing back in the day. You know, whether it's like 3-4 years from now.
Right.
You fucking subs.
Like kind of like how I'm like a couple of us are going back and looking at old Star Citizen videos, seeing how it used to look like, and we're like, holy shit, I can't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I want to do some of these videos, because I want to be able to have that experience with our own videos.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're gonna forget about some of the stuff that we did and come back and laugh.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've actually gone back and looked at some of my old stuff just to see where I can improve. And and I look at it and I'm like, I actually did that in the game, you know?
I think one video that I look back on and be like, I can't believe that happened was the Vandal Mask event video that I did. It was kind of a shitty video, but it was like a whole montage of just continuous like just a massacre of people in a line, and then it just breaking the server.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a whole server worth of people trying to spawn. This is back when you could spawn on the Cutlass Red. And just the whole server spawning right back into the Cutlass Red at the same time after dying.
Jeez.
And it was so brutal, but that was one of the funnest times I've had, and that will never happen again.
Oh no. Fire, they're not coughing up drinks.
You know what, Joe?
I was just like, and then like the bugs that we encountered, like all the dead bodies that were like shot, they just started floating. So we just had floating dead bodies everywhere, and it was just hilarious.
Hey there. Hey there.
How rude. Just bump into me, NPC. How rude.
Kill them.
Can't.
You shouldn't have
I
ever.
can't hit him.
I can't wait until they actually take off the Armistice Zone stuff, and you kind of actually do what you want.
There's certain places where there's some people that have done some really raunchy things to other people, and it's like, dude.
Sorry. Customers are strictly on a stay on that side sort of thing.
Where there's times you just want to blow somebody away because they're doing something really messed up.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Fire, what do you got? What do we got planned for tomorrow?
No idea. No idea.
Well, we can go back out to Lyria, try some more rocks, or we can go take the rock out to Lyria.
We could do that. Do some night mining.
That sounds like a plan.
So it's not too bad. Make some good chunk of change off of that stuff.
Or do you want to take the prospector out to Aberdeen?
Do that too.
Yeah.
I might survive this time.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully. Gotta remember to get a Pembroke suit.
Right.
And not go outside.
Right.
It says that.
That is really cool. They put this Easter egg in here. Jean-Luc Champagne.
It's pretty cool. Well, you also have the Riker spaceport. You know.
Yeah, but that's named actually after a backer that passed
Let me get a drink.
Okay.
at the one at Area 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's after a backer that passed away.
Well, that makes sense. And what did I do? Where's that trash go that I saw? Ah, there's the trash.
You look high as One is super glue, one is more caring, but I have a sad story.
My wife said.
You got your Luminale in, your monocle, and your top hat on. Well, I can't get any drinks.
How much shit's on PT?
Oh, I've been stealing. I stole a couple drinks.
What's the hold
Get
up?
me that drink.
Just ain't working tonight. How many people are on this server, by the way? Let's take a look.
People chatting up about everything.
102 out of 118. You know, I went on the Asian server one night
You
just to see. There was like 75 or no, 25 people active in chat and 75 people on the server.
pretty low.
Yeah. But those were new servers that they popped up.
I'm sure. Well, look at the other night. I got in that server with like 20 people.
Well, we're going to get a big rush when 18 drops. That's for sure.
A lot of pirates. A lot of pirates.
Well,
What's the hold up?
it's just like I was saying with the reclaimers. There's going to be a lot of reclaimers flying.
Reclaimers.
Definitely a lot of reclaimers and vultures.
I need a drink.
And they're going to be waiting.
I'll be happy to fly around and see if I can find any exploded exploded reclaimers that people have died in, soft death or whatever it is. Pick up their packages and keep going.
They salvage.
Yep.
I'm not gonna go around looking to blow people up, but if I come across something,
There's going to be at least one place where there's going to be a lot of people blown up. You know,
Korea,
from other people. Korea, definitely.
that's gonna be a free for all over there. I'm not.
Absolutely.
I'm not even gonna attempt to go over that way unless it's absolutely necessary. Gotta admit, this is a beautiful place.
I'm hoping that they put the tractor beam on the caterpillar like they're supposed to, because there's supposed to be one on there already.
Yeah, I don't think the tractor beam tech's done yet. It should. I'm excited for it because there's some ships that I want that'll have the tractor beam tech.
Yes.
Like I'll probably end up picking up a Crusader C1 eventually.
Mm-hmm.
That has a tractor beam on it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm waiting for that one. I'm definitely waiting for that one. And tomorrow I'm picking up a razor so I can get my CCU done for the SRV.
do I need to start my CCU chain for Invictus
Mm-hmm.
or IA?
I'm gonna build up some cash so I can get my 600i back, and have that when the rework comes.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I may end up calling this one a quit because there's nothing happening and it's pretty quiet. And
Bars not working.
yep, but it was a good year. I can't complain. Learned a lot in a year. And still got more to learn. But that's every day.
Definitely. I'm hoping to get a webcam soon so I can start doing some.
And this
web
year,
streaming.
and I have to say, this year has been so beneficial because I've made so many friends in the game. It's been an experience. I couldn't ask for anything better. It's like totally amazing how many people I've encountered and how many people I've helped getting started. And I feel
People have been on fire.
people been on fire. And Mike, I appreciate, and you were my first friend in here, man. It's been a wonderful year with you, and thank you for teaching me the game.
Mm-hmm. Now all we gotta do is cause trouble.
Yeah, cause more trouble.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start recruiting for my crew here soon.
For a ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got my character.
Well, I mean, I've pretty much got crew. If we need to, I definitely would love to see how that C1's going to work with that tractor beam on the back. And when it comes, we'll probably get, it may be another wipe time. I don't know. But I figure that's going to be the daily driver starter until I get enough more capital and get the Star Runner back running, and then get the C2 back running. So I've got a new starter ship to work with. That C1's going to be a beautiful ship. And I can't wait for that one. Well, I am going to call this stream to a close, everyone. It has been a wonderful year, and I'm going to be heading on and doing more. So I appreciate it, and thank you for supporting me and my followers. I hope to give you more good content over the next year. Thanks for putting up with my super long videos, but that's going to change. Get some better content out there for you. And I do have a Patreon that I started, so I will be putting in some things for that as well while I'm on my way to 1,000 viewers and no, yeah, 1,000 viewers and 4,000 hours viewed. So everybody take care, and this is Shadow Spectre 11 with Mike Payne, Void Walker Joe, and Fire. We're heading out. You have a good evening.